Hello, hello, everybody. We are back. Welcome
Hello.
to the Bark Side.
How are you?
But I probably should make a reference the Bark Side to our Star Wars people out there. No, it's not the dark side. It's the Bark
It's
Side.
the
Just kind
bark
of a
side.
nice little. You don't even want to know the ideas we thought about calling this. Like there was some terrible, terrible ideas.
The
I mean, no, we
bark
can't call
side's
it.
just perfect.
Yeah, no, it works. It works good. How you doing there, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing great. I had a great
Good.
walk with George this morning and saw some crazy birds and just all kinds of stuff. And
All
you can see
right.
some of those pictures I posted and all that kind of good stuff. And if you're just watching here for the first time, my name's Wilson, the Great Wilsonio, and just doing all kinds of crazy stuff, crazy stunt things on the TV. And Tara, I don't do that anymore, thank goodness, but I still do the crazy stunts from time to time. And Tara, Pet in the City. How long have you been doing the Pet in the City thing now?
It is going on 6 years. We're going to have a big fat celebration coming up in June, so be on the
Oh,
lookout for that. Big
that'll
carnival
be fun.
type themed fun. And I'll give you,
Carnival theme.
yeah,
You gonna bring back the dog bounce house this year?
yeah, we're going to throw the dogs in there and see what happens.
That's good. That's good.
Just joking.
Not well, we're not doing the trampoline this year because that didn't go very well last year.
No, that wasn't so great.
Just the
They
TikToks
had a
were not
good
pleasant.
time.
Yes, they did. Speaking of the crazy stunts and all that kind of good stuff, we're going to talk today, this episode, about our good friends over there at Charlotte Mecklenburg Animal Care. I love the care in control. Care. And I say control a little small because that's kind of the tough part of what they do. But the care is the
Yeah,
big part about what they
is the
do. And
right.
we've had some challenges going on over there. You guys know we talked about this before with them with some of the refurbishing. They're going that building those kennels over there are like 30 more than 30 years old and they're not great. So some of that kind of challenge. We're gonna have some fun here for a little bit, but then we're gonna get to some really great dogs that are available. So that's coming up here in just a little bit. But Tara, we haven't really talked about when I was camping out over there not too long ago.
Yeah, and I'm super curious because I check in every once in a while and I'd see you doing your little recordings and that. But how was that whole experience? 24 hours in a kennel. That's a lot.
It
And
was
that had to
awful.
be, yeah,
It
that
was
had to
awful.
be
It was awful.
trying.
I knew I knew it was going to be tough, and I mentioned some of the goofy stuff I've done before, and it was, and I knew it wasn't going to be great because there's like 30 years of pee and stuff and whatever. They clean them and all that stuff, but it's not really made for a goofball like me to be hanging out in. But we did it. Our friend Melissa and some of the crew over there were always with me, so that was kind of fun. Um, it was interesting because we were cutting in live and it was so great to kind of connect with people like that, which is kind of something whenever I've done something similar before, stuff the truck or camping out, whatever in a van or something down by the river. The social media is always great to kind of connect with people. It was the dogs that surprised me when we had the dogs on because there were a couple dogs there and that I connected with more than what I was expecting, knowing that was going to be rough and knowing, but they brought one dog out whose owner unfortunately passed away. And that poor fella was just, you could just look in the eyes and just be like,
uh,
what happened? Why am I here? Just heartbroken. And then later at night, when it got kind of quiet and the lights are going down, it's right there by the airport. So you constantly have
yeah,
coming in over you. But then
yeah,
later at
right.
night, that does kind of slow down eventually. So that was kind of good. Um, and then, and not to get, I don't know if Melissa will get mad at me for saying, but kind of when the lights go off in other places, there were some bugs that came out, and I was like, oh, this is not great. It might have just been in the spot we were in, because they're basically out there in the middle of the
Happens.
woods.
I mean, right. It's
Oh
what
yeah.
it is.
The big thing, and not to be like a Debbie Downer, is you've got, I was surrounded by, I think in the area we were in, there was like 60 dogs. So there's a lot of barking and a lot of barking.
Yeah.
Um, when I was trying to shut my eyes and rest for a little bit, there were two or three barks that were different than the other barks. And those were the ones that were just super sad and
Sad.
just super just, it was just, and
Uh,
it's just tearing me apart. But just so you know, that was the hard thing for me of just hearing, not seeing the dogs, not whatever, hearing all the dogs, like one of them barks, and then they all get going.
Oh, for
but there
sure.
were a few barks that were just a little different, that were just, kind of, I don't want to
Yeah.
be here. I shouldn't. None of them want to be there, but some
But
that
they
were just,
just knew it
yeah,
was just not right.
yeah, and we actually had a really great family come through the social medias that kind of saw my connection with the dog, and they came, and
Uh,
I all but begged them, please take this dog out of here,
uh,
because it was killing me.
yeah,
I would, if I had the room, I would do that. I would figure out a way with George. George is very much the ruler of the house, and we adopted him for a while, so I don't want to mess up his routine and all that
yeah.
stuff. But I think we said, when I was asking you questions that show, if you won the lottery or something, I would build like a dog shelter. But I can't, so I won't, but I would if I could. So that was
Right.
kind of the thing there. I will tell you that at one point in time, I did go into the lobby over there at CMPD Animal Care, and I was kind of hanging out on the benches there. Those are even more uncomfortable than they look. Like, you think, wow, that does not look very comfortable, but I can make it work. No, those are, like, literally, they should
Yeah.
not even be called benches. But they're not made for you to be hanging out on like I was for a
True
couple
enough.
hours.
Right.
They're
Right.
made for you to come and get your dog and get in there.
Right.
So,
Right.
it was really good. Got to know some more of the staff over there, which
That's good.
I know a lot of them, but even more, and then some of the officers, some of the, the crew, the men and women that are kind of going back out on the street and stuff. I've been around them a little bit, but most of them with the kennel crew, meeting some of them. That is a job that I do not think I could do, actually having to go to challenging situations where there's an animal involved, and that would, I think you're like me, I I would not. I would just say right now, I would not be good at that job,
I'll
because
tell you, I had a
I would
job
not be
like
good.
that for a minute in my life back in the day. I worked for a private
Yeah.
rescue organization up in New York, and one of my jobs was to go tri-state and rescue. And this is a really kind of a horrible story, really, because the person running the rescue was, and again, nonprofit, so you don't make money, right?
Yeah.
Wanted numbers though. So I had to be, I felt like I was playing God, and I'm going to the, it was just bad. 3 different states to choose dogs to bring back, and it had to be on a strict kind of like, this is what you need to bring back. Meanwhile, I'm passing up dogs that would be nicer,
Yeah.
sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a horrible, horrible feeling too, and that didn't last long for me
Yeah.
either.
I
So I get
I
it. I know when you sit there and you're, I get it. Mm-mm.
I would not be good. It was cool to meet a lot of the volunteers. I don't think people realize just how many volunteers there are there at
Yeah.
that are kind of in and out. And then, honest to goodness, the best part was we were there all night, got not much sleep, but some, and I had a little pasta salad for breakfast, and kind of got some coffee, and kind of got going. And when that place opened,
Uh-uh.
the amount of people that showed up, um, right when they
Yeah.
opened, that was something that really just clearly affected me. And just so I was in the lobby, and I was like, thank you for coming, thank you for this. We'll get to you as soon as you,
Mm.
please wait. I was worried that the line was so long that people were going to leave, but they didn't. And we did what we had to do, and we got the numbers out that we needed to. And then I was following up the whole week, because we did it purposely early. Like, we did it the very earliest we could to kind of get the word out. Because what I have discovered is that if I do something like the day of or the day before, or something like that, all the other, media, yin yangs, they're like, oh, it's too late. We missed our chance.
Right.
So we did it like 2 weeks before. So to see some of the other kind of media outlets jump in and help, even though some of what they said was unbelievably inaccurate,
What? That's not true.
eyewitness. Um, But even that kind of helped. I jumped in on a TV station that I haven't worked at and kind of set them straight on the socials, which was fun. So
Nice. Good for
so it was
you.
good. It was
Good.
heartwarming. It was tough. There were times it was just heartbreaking. But seeing all the people show up was really amazing. So they have a lot of support.
Right.
So we still have those challenges going on. There's been, I guess maybe the best way to say it would probably be some ongoing nothing ever really goes as planned in construction or with dogs or with anything. So
Right.
there's a need there that we have some dogs we're going to show right now that are available right now
Mm-hmm.
as we're recording this week that are available. And the first one of the things I love Animal Care is they're doing like their office dog of the day. This is Stevie right here. Stevie has been in the shelter for a while. Stevie's a big boy. Stevie's about 65 pounds right there. I don't know why they have Stevie with some kind of a frisbee on his head or a pancake on.
Must love it.
Remember that meme where they had like the rabbit, the bunny with a pancake on its head? This is not that. But Stevie's a big dog, but is a little timid and is a little shy. So a shy, big, friendly dog with just look at that face right there. And
Yep.
Tara, Stevie's one of those dogs that's Stevie's been in there for a little bit, just about a month. Let's get him out of there this week.
Yeah, let's do it. They need a
That would
home.
be good. We're gonna tag our friends over at Charlotte Black Dogs, because Stevie is one of those.
Okay,
So we got
great.
that. And next up is, oh my goodness gracious, is this a Chihuahua or is this some kind of character
Isn't that
from Harry
cute?
Potter? Dobby right there, the Harry Potter dog. Um,
Couldn't
I don't
resist.
I don't know a lot about Dobby. Is it Dobby? Is it Dobby? Hello,
I think
Dobby.
it's Toby.
Dobby.
Toby.
Come on,
Toby.
just come on,
Toby.
just
What's up, Toby?
I don't know how they do what's one of the things from Harry Potter? It's like
Oh,
aluminum, vitamin, something. Do
yeah,
they
I'm
do the
I'm
wand?
not a very, yeah.
If you're a Harry Potter fan, you could get this dog. And even if you're not, Dobby right there is available from our friends. Chihuahua, young male, and the only description I have is small. So there you go for Dobby, right there.
I
And
just
then
remember
this,
the ears, those ears.
yeah,
They're
Dobby's kind
cute.
of a great name for that one too.
Yeah.
And then
Toby.
next up, an Australian cattle dog, blue heeler mix. Good googly moogly. That's a distinctive looking. What's the name of that one there, Tara? Skittles.
Skittles?
Skittles is the name of that dog right there,
Skittles.
with its tongue out, and just you can kind of see the blue heeler in that dog right
Yeah,
there.
yep.
That's a female, kind of medium size right there. That's one of those dogs I get the feeling that would run around the park with you, go out on the trail with you, and then just come and crash while you're eating some Skittles, watching some rom-com.
There
Um,
it is.
Maybe a little Sleepless in Seattle, maybe You've Got Mail. I just get the feeling that Skittles kind of likes the classics, the Meg Ryan, the Tom Hanks. That's just the feeling. That's the kind of dog I think Skittles is.
I think so too.
So
I
those are
think
all
there's a dog for
dogs.
everyone there today.
Well, you did good kind of picking these because we got like
Yeah.
a medium, a small, and then the big boy, Stevie right there. Available. You can see the link up on the screen right now. Available from our friends over there at CMPD Animal Care and Control. They are, if you have room in your heart and in your life that you can adopt from. We featured a lot of people. We've featured, small rescues and some of these other rescues. If you can, please go to CMPD Animal Care because the need right there, they do so much with so little.
Agreed.
We love all the rescues and they all
Of
help.
course.
Just if you can here over the next couple of weeks, start there. Go there because that's where they are. And Stevie, who's in there for a month, and that's the tough one. So if you can, and right now may not be a good time for you or whatever, share their posts, because all of that is a way that you can help if you can.
Everything helps. Right.
And
Everything helps.
that would be really, really good if you can do that. Shout out to Melissa and our friends over there. And as always, adopt, don't shop. We had like 3 dogs of the week this week, Tara.
That was pretty good.
Feel like we did pretty good.
Share the love.